Okay, it's here, finally. Hey, it's couldn't have got here any sooner. It's probably gonna start raining. Just my luck, ain't it? Well, at least hopefully this will get it running. If I don't get to mow the grass today, I can do it tomorrow. Make it my top priority. Might even time lapse that just to have something to put on YouTube and shit. Well, I would say time lapse, we just do snippets. I ain't sure how to do the advanced video editing. That's not my thing. It's not my forte. I'm amazed I can even manage to make these things, these homemade deals like this. But anyway, let's unbox the parts here and see what I got for 15 bucks. Right. That's totally normal. That seems legit. But I mean, it'll pop out, right? 15 bucks, what do you say? It's good stuff. Thanks, Warehouse. Can't pronounce his name. All nice, some little bags. That's one of them. I've already got two of these there. And let me move you down here. It's not that I want to look at you, it's just my ability to record all the scene is a little difficult here. Let's move this back. Wow, that seal's so quality it came pre-folded and yeah, us buyers pay attention to stuff like this, you know. You don't, do you? You think we don't? They buy anything we sell to them. They're stupid. Now it just leads to me not buying your shit again in the future. That's all it does. Yeah. I mean, in a pinch, I might give it a shot, but I'm not putting this on there. It's not for my first restore. That's going to be like 4 years from now when I get around to trying these out. So we're just going to put them both back in this bag. I figure each summer I'll change it at the start of each summer now and change this particular diaphragm out because I got a new one we'll use today right here. And then I got these other ones that I just got from this order right here, which are a little different. So we'll just set him off to the side. I did get another one of these. That feels about the same, so that's cool. At least this part don't feel cheapened. It feels like my other one. And now I got an extra one. So that's okay. And I also have an extra spark plug, which is correct. They did give me the short nozzle. I guess you call it the short threaded version of it. The first one I bought was a little too long. I was like, I even tried it when I had the head off and I screwed it in there. I was like, take it back. So I took it back and got the right one. But now I got two spark plugs. And I got the original one. Look, it's right here. I cleaned it up with some sandpaper. It's probably just fine, but I'm going to use a new one anyway. Why not? And if I have problems, then I'll just try with this one or one of the other ones. But I didn't pre-tested that in my previous video. We sorted that out. We got some new screws. Let's see how compatible they are. Now, the new screws are nice. They're already painted and shiny. It'll match up my paint job here. And then, yeah. They look like they're pretty good. Even has some little washers on the new ones. The old one didn't have that. So that's an upgrade. At least I guess it is. Then, of course, the all new primer bulb here, which is similar to the one I bought from Lowe's. That's the one that's in there. And I replaced that a year or so ago because it had a hole in it and didn't work anymore. All right, here's what we wanted to see right here. This thing. How well does it match up? It's now finally no longer on a computer screen. It's reality in my hands. So let's see. Comes with a new little boot, which is all right. Let's compare it to the old one again. It didn't copy it very well. I can tell already. Overcompensating their channel. What's going on? No. Like I said, maybe it's a new redesign for it, but I'm gonna use my old boot. It's tighter and it looks like it's the appropriate size for the spacing that I already know from previously doing it. This is gonna be a pain in the butt to use. Into the box with it. All right, and then the carburetor itself. Here's the old one. I can share this view with you. Yeah, it's terrible lighting, isn't it? It's absolutely horrible. Yeah. Shine flashlight on it. Hey, you know what? I know what'll work. There we go. Blind you with the light. Are you blinded by the light? All right, I hope you can see this. All right, let's try it this way. Give me a second. Get my bearings there. There we go. Yeah, they match up pretty darn good. I was right. That part is the same. It's just they don't have the slicing bar through it anymore. Right here. Everything else is the same. It even has a new spring on it. That's cool. I had the original one. Though this one I have to say does Well, I had two of them. There it is. It would be a bummer to smash it with my chair wheel and destroy it, so let's not do that. All right, so this thing is already ready to go. The gas tank, I mean. Fingers crossed this works, man. I really need to fix this lawnmower. I have to take you outside and see the grass, put it down on ground level so you can look over the top of the grass and be like, wow. Feel like an ant in the forest. Backyard's doing really good as far as grass grows. There's no need to install the bulb, apparently. Comes with one already in there. Let's listen for the air in this one. Oh, wow. Man, mine was blown. Wow, what a difference. Even the bubble feels better. Well, they got that part right. This is what I wanted more than anything. This is what I paid for. This is what the $15 was in my mind. The rest of this stuff was just bonus fluff to get you to buy it, I guess. That's why it's so low quality. Like, you want good stuff, pay for it. So, all right, so there's no need for this anymore. I have this deal. Does it work anymore? Nah. They even made it so it's not really useful anymore. Okay. That's okay. And that's it. This model's real simple. Intake goes that way. And I do apologize for the crazy angle here. I'm just not built for a recording studio, you know, but I think you can get the idea of what's going on. Oh. Of course, it's going to be a problem there, isn't it? So let's do a dry fit first. Okay, no, it does fit. Look. Golly, they couldn't have got it no more intolerance. Well, I guess that's a good thing. Maybe I jumped a gun and bashed China there on that one. You want to make sure that when you put it through there, that it's not lined up and that you're screwing through the... No, I'm just kidding. What not to do. All right, so started here on this one, so we're going to jump to this side. I don't know if it requires you to do it in a crisscrossing pattern. I just want to make sure. All right. It does feel like it's making some kind of a seal this time. The other one. Is there a limit to this thing? These are questions that I don't have answers to. Like, is there a limit of pressure I should be applying to this plastic housing? I would think that there is. All right. Well, let's try it this way. Shake all the screws out of it. And line everything up. I think the little spring-loaded thing on the side here is what's causing the problem. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what it's doing. Yeah, that's where the diaphragm spring is at. It's fighting it. All right. So this is critical that you get this part right. I mean, I'm no NASA scientist or engineer here, but I'm pretty sure that this part right here cannot be crumpled up like it was trying to do. Right here on this corner, it was trying to pull the rubber seal back in. Like, yeah, that's completely defeating the point of doing this. All right, that's holding it. And all the other ones are still lining up. So with that one in place, lay it back down here. All right, now we're getting somewhere. All right, so that one's now pinched and retracted like it's supposed to be, or pulled the tension like it should be. These other ones should just fall into place. If they don't, then I'm going to take it off and we'll check it again. All right, well, the next part involves me going outside and putting this all back on the lawnmower. And to save you all the headache, and you've already sat through 20 minutes of small talk with me, I'm just going to go ahead and go outside and put this back on the lawnmower. If you need to see how that procedure goes, see videos 1, 2, or 3. I think I do it a little pieces of it in all of them. So you can see the process there. All right, we're outside here now. I just thought I wanted to show you this before I finish reassembling it all. Here's the new one. They did send me a new one after all. I don't know what the other one's for, but there you go. It's a brand new one. That's cool. I got to go clip this on the carburetor. See, the old one had been lost at the end. It wouldn't hang on there like that anymore, though this one was easier to install. This one here looks like it's going to be fun. Okay, that's acceptable. Now, excellent. That's in much better shape than my old one. All right, let's slip this on there. I'm going to put the print side up. I don't know any better, so we're going to go with print side up. I don't guess it matters. Damn, that's a tight fitting seal. Holy crap. Oh, my air conditioning. All right. Well, there you go. I thought I wanted to include that part about the spring. Let me finish putting this together, and then we'll get to testing it out. All right, I'm definitely putting some clips together. Also, after studying a few more minutes here, I was like, wondering if there's a difference in these boots. So I went and got the long boot I'd tossed back in the box. I'm going to see if I can fit that on here. Everything else is on there. I'm going to leave the filter off of it, and we're going to get a quick view down inside the carburetor here and see if it's actually making gas. I got the gas tank right here. I haven't put gas in there yet because I'm still working on it. But let's see if this fits. It is definitely longer than the other one. That's right. You smack it on the ground like that. That's the professional way to do it. Yeah, maybe it does need this. This is mighty tight. The old one was kind of loose compared to this one. Okay, we're moving along here. I did get the new elbow on there. It took me about 5 more minutes fiddling around there, give or take. And the reason I did have to use that one is because once I finally forced this one onto the new carburetor, I discovered it was cracked. Maybe the new carburetor punched a hole in it, or my excessive pushing on it, but I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's there. So zoomed in, it's overkill, but it's there. It's a small crack in it, so I was like, well, better change it. As you can see, I got gas in the gas tank now. So I'm gonna put the cap on it. And the point of this shot is to see if the thing was gonna prime. I ain't touched it yet. It's first time right here. You seeing it first time with me. Does this son of a bitch work? I sure hope so. I hear squishy noises. Come on. Again? Is it not tight enough? Lord, it looks like I'm gonna have to buy a lawnmower. Nothing. Man. You see nothing, right? You should see some gasoline right here in the shot. I can hear it. Sounds like the back of the bulb's getting wet. Is the gas tank damaged? Is it? Maybe it's the surface metal underneath the damn thing. I'm just guessing here at this point. This is very unfortunate. It's gas. It's just pouring out of it. It's gasoline pouring out of the side of it. I don't know if you can see exactly, but it's a layer of gas on the top of the gas tank. That seal is not tight enough. Yeah, it's gasoline all over it. What does that mean? The seal ain't no count? Or the gas tank has got a fundamental flaw with its surface? Yeah, the gasoline's not coming out into the carburetor because it's all just pouring out onto the side of the gas tank. Lord have mercy. This is going to be a bigger problem than I thought. Maybe that's why they stopped making this style of mower. They saw it had too many fundamental problems that just couldn't be solved. Look, it's tons of gasoline. Can you see a wacky view of it? There you go. I see some moisture on the inside, like it's half-assed, like just drizzling out barely. But if it's just going to leak all over the place, then that's worthless. That's no better than what was on it before. The only thing I can figure is when I sanded the surface of the gas tank, which I didn't really give it that big of a sanding. I just cleaned it up a little bit, and not even that much, nowhere near as much as I did other parts. But I thought that damaged the tank. It made it uneven in a way where air is just passing through and completely defeating the diaphragm. So there's the little spring ain't doing anything. It reeks of gasoline fume, but there's nothing happening. Yeah, that's what's causing it. You can see it. It is trying to function. It looks like the seal is just leaking all around the edges, big time. Yeah, every time I pull this pull start cord, gasoline comes pouring out of this side of it. So, all right, after the last recording session I had there, I stopped and took a look at this thing. I was like, what is wrong with it? Why won't it work? So I took the gas tank back off to look at it up close and personal. And before I even had the carburetor off, I could just turn it sideways, and gas just started coming out of the top of the gas tank right here. Just started pouring out of it. Just poured all down. It ate my paint away and everything. Ruined it. I wouldn't say ruined it, but it, ruined the nice finish it had going on pretty quickly. I'm not going to try to repaint it. I'm out of paint anyway. All right, I've identified the problem with this new carburetor. It's not sealing. It just won't seal. I finally dawned on me that this bolt right here was the missing bolt that goes down in the middle, and I was like, okay, let's put that in there. And despite having all the bolts as tight as I can get them, you can see I've been scratched up the paint on the new screws, tightening the living hell out of these things with this tool right here. It's plenty strong enough to do this job. This shouldn't be that hard. Even after doing all of that to it, watch carefully on the front here. If you tip it up on its side, now note gasoline. It starts coming out of it. And nothing I do seems to fix it. Without it sealing tightly like it's supposed to, if gasoline can leak out, there's no way it's making an airtight seal. And that's why it won't prime. I don't know why it's not working. There shouldn't be anything wrong with it. The only thing I think to do is take it back apart again, clean the surface of the metal. I don't know what else to do for it. The other one didn't have this problem. Even in the broken state, it didn't leak like that. Something's not right about this new one. Either the gas tube is pushing it up, and it just can't seal. I don't know. More investigation is required. All right, well, it didn't work out apparently. I done tried a bunch of different things while I was off camera here, including adding a separate secondary paper seal underneath the other paper seal. It did stop the leaking around the gas tank for me, but it still does not seem to be priming. So I'm like, what's causing that? I'll show you again, more failure. See how sickly it is? It's no better than it was before I did any of this. It was almost about the same state. It would run at least, but it would have moments where it would sputter out just like that. It's this thing in here. It's just not making a seal. It is just a terrible, oh God, awful seal right there. I'll hear it. Oh, it's squishing now. What the hell? Let's take a look. Maybe it's just so new. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about this stuff. I'm learning as I go along here. Yeah, it's spraying like crazy. Well, I'll be dipped. Maybe it just needs to get like a car. You got to get it good and primed in there. Let's get you set up for a. I was so disappointed in this thing there a minute ago, you wouldn't believe. Almost 3 weeks now of messing with this thing. A month's worth of BS recorded over time for you to watch and witness and come along and laugh at me or be frustrated one. Yeah, here, I got to show it to you. You got to see this. Here, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? All right. Well, it did it for a moment. And now it's back to square one again. But as you can see, there is all kinds of gas in there. And I just seen it go, and it shot a nice, powerful blast of gasoline. Maybe it's the thing on the bottom. Maybe I just need to cut that shit off and let it be unfiltered. And here we go. Let's see if we can make it run again. I'm going to have to definitely talk to my mechanic friend about this. Hey, I figured it out. It wasn't a problem there at all, folks. I just didn't have the throttle spring. If you're wondering what happens if you don't hook that little spring up, that's what happens. I was sitting there holding it. I'm like, why am I holding it? Ain't supposed to hold itself. And that's when it dawned on me that I was just in a hurry to get this shit done. It looks like it might be working after all. Let's try setting it to center and see what kind of speed that gives us. See, that keeps the resistance on this. Otherwise, it wants to be all the way over here. Apparently, I just learned it with you here. That's off in that direction. That's on in that direction. So it tries to keep it at a tug of war between what the engine's calling for and the spring's tension. And maybe that had something to do with it. Let's give it a filter too, because it was kicking up dust. Oh God, I hope this works. I guess it just had to be primed up, and the two-paper trick must have helped, because it was not doing nothing at first, and I was feeling so ripped off, feeling buyer's remorse like you wouldn't believe. I should have just took all the money I done invested in this thing He just went on ahead and put it down as the first initial savings for a new lawnmower. But this is the restoration, and I'm pretty sure it can be restored. We heard it run, so hopefully it'll crank up and it'll stay running this time. Now that I got the auto throttle attached like it's supposed to do. Everything looks to be on it. Everything's working now. The sparks kicking. It's good. Another shot of gas. I don't know if it needs it, but yeah, now it was going. Just didn't show it to you. Let's get some long range footage of it here. Well, that's a whole lot better than before. Yeah, that's kind of what he was doing last summer. That's what made me want to do all this in the first place. Not mowing grass today. There you go. It's that's exactly what it was doing last. I'll put you over here. I don't know. Yeah. So as you see, it does want to work. It's trying, but basically what he tells me is wrong with it is inside the flywheel here on top. The spinning part inside of here. There's some sort of pin or rod. It's like a timing. It's like a cam on a car, and the cam is that little thing with the knots that tells the valves and stuff when to open and close. Well, it's sort of something like that, but in this case, it doesn't have to do anything to do with the valves. It's something to do with the timing of the engine. That's as far as I understand it, because he was trying to explain it to me, but he didn't give me every single detail on. He just said that there's a timing pin in the top here that's probably then gotten broken off or sheared because of getting dead stopped, and that's happened to it before, an accident. You know, people hit stuff. You can probably see in the distance here. I mean, look at the objects. It's always a potential. I didn't cut them down. Maybe I can cut them down some more. But see, stuff like that will get your mower, and it just hit that blade, just stop it dead in its tracks. And if that happens, then it shears that timing pin off, or actually just breaks it. The flywheel hits it somehow. So apparently, it's not too hard to get at it. I just don't have that driver. And he says if you don't know how to do it, you can make a mess of things. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna bring it out to your house because I don't want to mess it up. It's going out of my skill level. So I got to go learn how to do something new. And that's all right. Now, I know it sounds pretty decent. Like, hey, you could mow the grass with that. Not incorrect. I already tried it earlier. I went over there down that way with it and tried to record. I think I tried to record it. But and I was on the phone with Frank, that's right, and I was letting him hear it so he could hear what he was doing. And it sort of worked, but at first you think, oh, it's going to work. But then it just started bogging down, going backwards, especially when I pulled it backwards. It's like it just sends the engine for a loop. So here's hoping it's the thing he was talking about in the top of the engine there, where the flywheel is. Because I don't know what else it could be. I was beginning to suspect it must be something inside once we got this new carburetor set up and working correctly. All right, well, this concludes part 4 of the series. Sorry it's taking me so long to get through this thing. I didn't know it was going to take this long. But hey, at least this time we did hear it run, which is better than part 3, which is kind of what I thought was going to be happening in part 3 was what you saw in this series today. But I guess that persistent problem that it had all this time is still there. And it wasn't my carburetor, and it wasn't the spark plug or oil or any of the stuff that I changed that was causing it. I was hoping that those things that I've changed on it would fix it and stop it from doing the crazy idling. It could be that it's unlikely, but it's not unheard of that it could be the gasoline type, and I just need pure gasoline. There's a few stores that sell it, but you really got to look for them, and it's more expensive than the other stuff. It's discounted gas stores, if you can even call it that anymore. $4 plus a gallon for standard gasoline. Man, get the hell out of here. I can't get sidetracked with the political stuff. That's what got me in trouble on YouTube last time, and quite frankly, I grow weary of even thinking about it anymore. if we're not going to arm up and run these people off out of our country and get some sanity back in America, then what the fuck are we doing? Nothing. So I'm going to go back and fix my damn lawnmower. How about that? So tomorrow you can look forward to me posting part 5 pretty quick, because I got to fix this lawnmower. I thought this carburetor was going to do it. It didn't. In fact, I'm not even certain. I'm glad I know Frank. I'm going to take it to him, let him check my work on the carburetor. I asked him about the leakiness, the double sealing thing. That shouldn't be required. Maybe his more experienced eye can see something I'm missing. Because like I said, I don't know it all. That's why I'm trying to do it, to learn how to do it and get the hands-on experience of it. I mean, I've worked on my own car before with his help, and I was amazed at my own results by doing the work myself. I was like, oh, that really wasn't as bad as I thought. Once you got the right tools and someone to show you what to do on some of this complex stuff like changing timing belts and removing entire engines out of a car, yeah, I'd be like, whoa, I wouldn't even want to try to attempt to record that. It'd be so much embarrassments and stuff. But yeah, this little lawnmower, I was so sure. I was like, this shouldn't be that bad. It ought to be pretty neat. You get to watch me take my old rusty red lawnmower and make it nice and new and green, like a green machine or Yardworks tool or something like that. And I did all this, and it still runs exactly the same. Darn it. So instead of making it, I was debating on whether I wanted to put this as all in one, like go ahead and just like take the editing I got going over here behind. That's what you're seeing. That's my lighting, by the way. It's my computer screen. It's I was thinking about, as I was editing the video here, I was like, well, should I make a 2-part? I mean, make a part 4 and 5, or should I try to do all just one part 4 and then take you out to Frank's tomorrow? And I was like, no, I think I'm just going to conclude it in this one for this part and make a part 5. The reason for this is to make it shorter. I mean, I could put all 4 of them in one mega clip and edit it down even more and just try to focus on specific jump sequences to get us down to like all of it in an hour and a half, for example. But who's going to want to watch the whole thing? Most people's attention spans is about as long as my pinky finger now. I'm lucky if I'm trying to keep this thing at, what am I at in the editor, 24 minutes, and I add this little clip on it, we're looking at right at 30 minutes probably, or a little less. That's about right, and I wanted to end it with some kind of explanation, as to what's going to happen next for you. If you've watched part 5, we're going to the advanced shop again where I did the head work, but hopefully I'll set the camera up and it'll be a little better view for you, and I'll try to show you the work as we take the flywheel off of it. I had wanted to do this back in part 1 or 2, and I talked about it with him doing the head work, and we decided it wasn't necessary to take the piston out. But he never did say anything about taking the flywheel off. And if I had any sense, that day I went out there, I should have stayed longer and hung out with him, and we should have took that flywheel off and checked that pin at that time. And today might have went a whole lot differently, and my mower might have just went and just ran and made its normal. It sounds, in the last clip there I put in this video, you'll note how loud it was. It's not supposed to run that loudly all the time. It'll run loud, of course. It's a mower. It's loud. But it's usually, when I first bought it, for example, it was, well, I say bought it. Mom paid for it. I just had to go to Lowe's and pick it up and put it together and all that. And I'm the one who used it. So it's effectively my lawnmower as far as I'm concerned. And it definitely is mine now. She died back in 2017. So, it's not it's one of the little mementos of hers that I had to remember about, I suppose. And maybe that's one of the reasons I want to fix it. And unbeknownst to me, it's a little bit of a sentimental value there. And plus, I'm also kind of a tightwad because I don't have a lot of money, and I certainly don't want to waste it on things I don't need if I can fix the stuff I already have. So it makes sense to try to fix it. But I ain't gonna keep throwing money into this bottomless pit, that's for sure. If fixing the little cotter pin, or not cotter pin, the timing pin, I ought to look that up. I ought to make a little, go get into computer mode and put my headset on and do all that and put the camera on me and get the little screens going, and we could learn about the stuff together. I could do that too. We could have a learning experience. Instead of just bitting around getting stupider by the day, we got to work on that, folks. And that's kind of what the point of this is. To try to share what little bits of knowledge I have, even though it's not the knowledge I want to share with you. It's knowledge that could be shared, and it may prove to be useful for somebody, somewhere. Even if it's a different lawnmower, of a different brand, the concepts and the guidelines are basically the same. They all contain carburetors. They all contain gas tanks and filters and seals and whatnot, and piston heads and piston rings and valves. And this, that, and the other. It's all the same, you know, and you just got to basically follow the general guidelines. And I'm excited, honestly, to go find out what's underneath that flywheel. Is it just a post sticking up, and it's like this little pin? It's just like right here or something that simple? Is it that simple? Or is it some kind of other contraption with a door that's pressing over something? You got to take some more screws out, and next thing you know, it's like the gas tank stuff when it's disassembled, how it's all scattered about. Well, it'll look like that just for taking the head off. It's like, oh, I didn't know all that was packed in there. So it might be like that. I don't know. That's part of the fun, is figuring out what's going to be in there. Now, I'm sure there's people that might stumble across this video and they work on lawnmowers for a living. It's their profession. They're like, this guy's struggling. But again, I'm explaining why I'm struggling to you so you can understand it. I'm just trying to learn how to do it, and also make me some YouTube videos for my channel. All right. Well, I'm going to see you again in part 5. We'll end this here. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.